Maasai Harmonial began when a woman stood up in front of the village assembly asking for a school classroom and family planning. The Maasai Harmonial community is located in Imberbe village in the Ngorongoro Conservation Area, otherwise known as the NCA. Their village is located in the Imberbe Depression just next door to the World Heritage Site of Ngorongoro Crater. The cattle of these Maasai people share grasslands with zebra, Cape buffalo, hyenas, and other wildlife from Ngorongoro.
This is Maasai Challenges. The community lives on traditional lands within the Ngorongoro Conservation Area, NCA, where the authorities threaten to remove people because there are too many cattle. Recently, the NCA shut off grazing of cattle in the nearby Olmoti crater, effectively increasing the poverty of the community. No cultivation is allowed in the NCA. Women have to go 70 kilometers to buy maize, rice, and produce.
Women's problems. Women have to walk 4 miles to get firewood and sometimes water. Because the cattle business is failing, many husbands go off to urban areas to get jobs, often leaving their wives and children behind to fend for themselves. Girls are married as early as age 14. Some men have many wives and up to 50 children. Women want a small business but lack opportunity, loans, and business training. Here is a picture of women taking a class in village-based banking or microloan and business.
Drought. There were droughts in 1997, 2000, 2005, 2009, 2016, and 2017. Cattle cannot be sold on the market. Maize prices go up and women can't afford maize. In August 2017 and September 2018, we had to divert money from education to buy maize. Otherwise, women would have to leave their children to work in fields far away, harvesting maize with no place to sleep or clean up, and not enough earned to send back to their children. Working on solutions. We patched up the water system, introduced beekeeping, village-based banking, tree planting, and recently, adult literacy and numeracy.
We made a family planning video and a girls' puberty video narrated by Grace, our medical student, who is now a doctor.
Kajankarnai, Grace Mbariotayai, kama nyawila yo korongoro, angata neno kanuka, ingijiji orkepsi. Kagira aisomea mbaa eseriani osesen. Ore taata naa kalo aiteng'enisho inkoitoi enkipangata oonkera. Kanyio enkipangata oonkera? Ore enkipangata oonkera naa inkoitoi naipanga ormoruo onkitok aajo.
In August 2016, when Marie Stopes came with their mobile family planning clinic, 13 women from Inverville plus 10 women from nearby villages walked 4 miles to get family planning methods. We beefed up the health clinic. We bought family planning equipment and supplies. The doctor received family planning training. Other organizations added a delivery table, maternity ward, and ambulance. The Clinton Foundation provided a solar-powered refrigerator for vaccines. The use of family planning methods doubled from 24% to 52% between 2016 to late 2017. That's higher than Tanzania's overall rate of 33%.
But girls who are married are usually destined to early pregnancy. Marrying so young usually means the initiation of sexual activity at an age when girls know little about their bodies, their sexual and reproductive health, or their right to access contraception. Child brides are also under intense social pressure to prove their fertility, which means they are more likely to experience early and frequent pregnancies at an age when childbirth is extremely dangerous. Will these dancing girls go to school or get married? Child brides married to older men lack the negotiation skills to assert their needs to their husbands. They are isolated and vulnerable. Child brides are rarely able to access contraception. Complications of pregnancy and childbirth are the leading cause of death to girls ages 15 to 19. With no reduction in child marriage, high fertility rates alone will raise the global number of women married as children to 1.2 billion by 2050. Girls' education reduces poverty. Girls' education stops child marriage. Child brides have 4 to 5 more children than women with 12 years of schooling. Education makes young women more aware of health and the desirability of spacing births, waiting until they are ready to have children, and having only as many children as they want. A community with a stable population size will have enough grazing land for their cattle and will be less likely to be kicked off their traditional land because of grazing's impact on wildlife.
Barriers to education. Tanzanian schools are taught in Swahili, not the Maasai language Ma. Schools are too far away from the community. In this picture, at sunrise, early primary kids walk 4 miles each way daily with an escort to fight off wild animals. Parents can't afford school uniforms. A girl's destiny is to get married and have children.
Another barrier is FGC, also known as FGM. Genital cutting is like branding a girl for marriage, but worse. Cut girls are less likely to go to school. In this picture, primary students are learning about the perils of FGC from our Dr. Grace.
Language barrier. Only 10% of Tanzanians speak Swahili, the national language, as their native tongue. This barrier keeps most pastoral students from entering secondary school. Such barriers exist in many remote areas of the developing world where poverty is the highest. In this picture, a high school girl is teaching English to class 6 and 7 primary students during a school break. Only 50% of Tanzanian students pass the national exam to get into high school, where classes are taught in English. Only a few Maasai girls pass, but this year, 2 girls from our community will pass from class 7 to Form 1 of secondary school. These girls in the picture failed their national exam, so they went to a special school that caught them up in English so they could continue with their education.
Motivating girls and their parents. We sent girls to school as role models to inspire other girls. We have 3 primary girls going to English boarding school. We sponsored a young woman medical student who is now called Dr. Grace. We sent 3 girls to secondary school and 2 girls to a school with an after-school English program.
My name is Nadia Lolopani. I'm a student of the Manata Secondary School, Form 2. I'm studying to come to be a teacher. I'm telling other girls to study in order to avoid any marriage.
Hello, Karen. I hoping you are good and your family. Myself, I am good nice. I am student of Manata Secondary School, Form 2 class, Form 2A. Thank you, Karen, to help me to get education. I must to improve my education in order to come to help my society.
Preschool. In order for kids to learn Swahili, those Maasai who had an education started building their own preschools made of sticks and mud, where volunteers teach Swahili and numeracy. Primary uniforms. In 2017, to encourage more girls, we bought uniforms for all new primary students. In the summer of 2017, the government built a new preschool classroom. There were 48 students ages 4 to 6. Official classroom capacity is 45 students. In January 2018, for the opening of the new preschool, we bought the preschool students school uniforms. In February 2018, there were now 85 preschool students. A second volunteer teacher is needed, a lady from the village. In September 2018, the number had increased to 95 preschool students. Younger primary kids, ages 7 to 8, are too young to go to boarding school. 85 of them walk to and from school 8 miles every day. They need 2 new classrooms and teachers' houses near Imberble Village. In this picture, they are posing by the preschool classroom.
So the education of girls is very important in your community. We have seen the changes since the 3 girls who are going to Emanyata, who are, when they come home, other girls, they like to be like them. Educating the girls is educating the whole community.
Health class. In September 2018, Dr. Grace debuted in health class in Imberble and other villages. The topic of the class in this picture is family planning, HIV, and FGC, or FGM, which is a drastic form of female circumcision. We partnered with another organization who also sponsors these classes. Other health topics covered are gender and social norms, midwife training, maternal health, breastfeeding, nutrition, hygiene, domestic violence, early pregnancy, child marriage, birth spacing, vaccination, sex ed, and FGC for primary students. Here is a picture of Dr. Grace in front of her health class in Imberble. Measures of success. When our partner organization built preschools near communities, children started learning Swahili prior to going to primary school. The pass rate from primary to secondary school at one school had increased from 10% in 2011 to 67% in 2016. The percent of girls from Imberble going to school increased from 38% in 2015 to 82% in 2018. In the meantime, the percent of married girls under age 18 in our area dropped from 55% in 2015 to 31% in 2018.
Neeku sidai naleng ilo shirika amu kinoto ina kikopa. Naitoki aimaki imbaa eshule. Kiata nkera ip tena chekechea engutuk. Naa etii apa irkarash oinyang'akaki nena kerai irkarash. Naa ketakumok naleng nena kera metenejutua lelo karash metaa aketii kulie nemekure emitiki ilo papa lenye eponu. Neeku sidai ilo shirika naleng amu ore oltung'ani lemeeta enkidimata nainyang'akinye enkerai enye naewuo shule naa kinyang'akita ilo shirika naleng. Metaa kidolita ajo eeta ilo shirika tipat. Naitoki aimaki imbaa oontoyie temuratare. Amu kiata apa emuratare kibulu nikitadua ajo meeta tipat. Naa kayieu naliki olosho pookin ajoki mintoki amurat ntoyie amu mekure oshi iyiok kimuratita. Amu ore ina muratare naa keeta emoyian, tenibung ilo sarge naa keeta emoyian nikimutaki. Naa kayieu naliki olosho pookin ajoki matapal emuratare oontoyie amu kitapala yiok. Nayieu naliki ajoki ematipik intoyie shule amu meeta tipat naleng amu mitokini aisho nkera irpayiani aaku nyinyik. Amu kelo enkerai shule nelo aisuma ore ake piidip nelo aitaki keon orpayian obo. Metaa ayieu naliki intomonok olewa tooloshon pookin ajoki ematipik inkera shule amu meeta tipat naleng nikipal emuratare amu meeta apake tipat. Metaa airorakita ntae pookin.
What's next? We need 3 more classrooms and a duplex to house 2 primary teachers. The government will supply the teachers and the materials. The cost of a classroom is $16,000. A teacher's duplex is $25,000.